Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're jumping right into the fascinating mechanics of the human energy system to help you unlock some truly undeniable personal power. If you've ever felt like, your voice just isn't being heard, or do you struggle to step into your authentic self, well, the secret actually lies in mastering this specific area. The throat chakra, also known as Vishuddhi, is the fifth energy center, and we're going to break down exactly how it works. Let's get into it. So, take a look at this quote from the mystic Sadhguru. When he talks about true power, he's not talking about having financial dominance or physical strength. True power is that unshakable presence a person holds just by the way they stand. Think about it. You can line up 10 people in a room, and without a single word being spoken, some people just radiate this quiet authority, right? That magnetic presence, that happens when your energy actively moves into Vishuddhi.
Okay, let's quickly hit our roadmap for today. We'll start with number 1, the body's energy centers. Then 2, the two worlds. Number 3, meet the throat chakra. 4 is the anatomy of Vishuddhi. 5 covers silence, violence, and blockages. And finally, number 6, balancing your fifth center.
Starting with Section 1, the body's energy centers. To really grasp the specific power of the fifth center, we first need to zoom out and see the whole board. According to yogic traditions, your body contains a staggering 72,000 energy lines, or nadis. It's a massive network. And where these lines cross, they create energy centers, meeting in the shape of triangles. Across your entire body, there are 114 of these highly concentrated junction points. But out of all 114, 7 of them act as the major foundational centers. These are the ones we commonly refer to as chakras. Think of your chakra system kind of like a car engine. If just one spark plug misfires, the other parts have to work overtime, and the whole car jerks and struggles to move forward. The chakras have to be balanced for your life force to flow smoothly. Or better yet, think of each chakra as a Wi-Fi router. Just like a router connects you to the internet, these energy centers are constantly absorbing and transmitting data. They literally dictate how you interact with the world around you.
Moving on to Section 2, the two worlds. Let's see how this vast system creates two completely different ways to experience life.
Our sources reveal this really profound split in human development. The first 3 lower chakras, the root, sacral, and solar plexus, they're geared almost entirely towards self-preservation. We're talking food, sleep, sex, and basic material success. But once you cross the bridge of the heart chakra, it introduces a completely different dimension. The upper centers are driven by a profound longing for liberation. It's about tapping into spiritual will. And this is the ultimate shift, right? Moving from just surviving your day-to-day to unlocking tremendous personal power.
Which brings us to Section 3, meet the throat chakra. Now that we have that foundation, it's time to meet the star of our explainer.
So as we established, the throat chakra, also known as Vishuddhi, is the fifth energy center. This is exactly where you begin to consciously align with spiritual will. When you operate from this space, you aren't just reacting to life anymore. You actually understand your unique gifts and what you're supposed to do with them. Because it acts as the nexus of truth and authentic communication. It allows you to literally speak your reality into existence. Now, this center is associated with the color blue, and the math on this is absolutely mind-blowing. If you take the standard musical scale, do, re, mi, fa, sol, and you multiply the frequency of that fifth note by the speed of light, it correlates exactly to the color blue. It's called the light sound bridge, and it perfectly represents the specific frequency spectrum this chakra is transmitting and receiving all the time.
All right, Section 4, the anatomy of the Vishuddhi. Let's break down the exact mechanics of what makes this center tick within your body.
By synthesizing our sources, we can map out its exact functions. Physically speaking, it sits right at the throat and governs the thyroid gland. Energetically, it corresponds to the fifth layer of your aura, which is known as the archetypal body. This is huge because the archetypal body acts as the master blueprint that literally builds your physical body. When you develop this fifth layer, everything starts to change. Your career, your relationships, even where you live, because the core blueprint of your reality is fundamentally shifting.
We can also view this through the lens of human development. Our cells completely renew themselves in roughly 7-year cycles, and our energetic focus shifts right along with them. While childhood is all about survival, the energetic focus on developing the throat chakra typically peaks between the ages of 28 and 35. Think about where you were, or where you are right now around that age. It's the phase of life where we're heavily focused on mastering communication, building a career, and truly finding our voice in the world.
Section 5, silence, violence, and blockages.
So, what happens to our daily interactions when this powerful blue energy center gets thrown out of whack?
Grounded in practical psychology, when the stakes are high and Vishuddhi is unbalanced, our communication tends to break down into two really extreme behaviors. Think about your last heated argument with a partner, or maybe a high-stakes meeting at work. Did you default to silence? Withdrawing, withholding your authentic truth, basically biting your tongue out of fear? Or did you default to violence, lashing out, attacking others' beliefs, gossiping, and using your words aggressively as a defense mechanism? Both of these extremes indicate a misaligned fifth center.
And here is the physical catch. If you continuously bite your tongue and trap yourself in that silence phase, it isn't just a fleeting emotional burden. Withholding communication creates literal energy blocks in your subtle body. Because chakras vitalize your physical organs, swallowing your words can actually manifest as physical health problems right in the area of your throat, mouth, and sinuses. Your body literally, physically reacts to the words you suppress. Crazy, right?
Finally, Section 6, Balancing Your Fifth Center. How do we actively fix these blockages and reclaim that unshakable presence?
The most actionable way to balance Vishuddhi is actually super straightforward. 1. Say what you mean. Ensure your words authentically represent who you are. 2. Mean what you say. Absolutely no intentional misleading or gaslighting. And 3. Do it. Actually follow through on your words. I know it sounds incredibly simple, but maintaining this level of authentic communication requires immense daily self-awareness.
Now, you can't just skip straight to enlightenment and perfect communication. The chakra system operates exactly like a hierarchy of needs. To fully open the fifth chakra, you must first do the hard work of clearing the emotional pain stored in your heart and the survival fears trapped in your root. Only when that foundation is stable can you truly speak your ultimate truth without it being clouded by ego or fear or unresolved trauma.
As we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with this final thought to reflect on today. Take a hard look at your relationships, your career, and your daily interactions. Are you commanding the power of your authentic truth, creating the reality you actually desire? Or is your true voice trapped in silence? Think about it, because mastering that voice is the absolute key to mastering your presence. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into the throat chakra. Keep learning, keep seeking, and I'll catch you in the next one.